Okay, so this is a very awkward video to have to film. And like I was saying to everyone on stream, it's something I've been putting off all day because I think with Ethan, things have obviously been escalating, but I think this is where it like has reached a peak of like no return. Um, I mean, all day I've been like I actually don't have words for like the things that have came up, and I think just moving forward with Ethan, I truly don't see a world personally where Ethan has any right to call anyone out anymore. Um, or at least he still will, but I don't think that there's any validity or weight behind him doing it anymore. Um, I didn't think things could get worse, obviously, because things were already pretty bad. But somehow they've not only gotten worse, but it's like some of the worst stuff I've ever seen from a creator. Um, I'm pretty sure we've all seen things over the last 24 hours about Ethan's leaked Reddit, so you're probably aware of what we're going to be diving into. So this will not be a topic that everyone wants to sit through. So if it's not for you, I get it. Tap off. Um, it's something that I feel the need to have to talk about because it's important to talk about this now that we're aware of it. Um, and I just think in the wake of everything going on with Ethan, like ass licking Destiny as well, it's really weird. And I had made a video about Ethan and Destiny, and it's so funny because the H3 Brigade, as they normally do, came into my comments and they were like, not you hating Ethan so much that you're ass licking Destiny. That literally wasn't the case in the video at all. And actually, you guys are the dumb ones who cannot see black and white, and you're like picking who's the good and who's the bad. So H3 people see Destiny bad, Ethan good, because they have an inability to look at things normally and notice that both of them are bad. It's really interesting as well because I don't know if anyone was watching my stream a couple days ago where Ethan, was responding to Destiny ripping him and Ela apart. And the first paragraph of it was him glazing Destiny and saying how much Destiny inspires him. And I was like, this is really weird. It's almost like Ethan is hiding something. Did I or did I not say that? Literally a couple days ago. Did I say that? Yes, I did say that. I literally said that it almost comes across like Ethan is hiding something. And the H3 people were like, Ethan's being ironic and all like this. And I was like, no, he's came for people, mainly women, for less in the past. And also, just want to clarify as well, completely side topic here. I've really been enjoying playing with the H3 people when I tweet about Ethan and stuff like that. Now I tweet mimicking Trump. And the H3 Productions Reddit, the biggest snark page of all time, as you know, were reposting my tweets being like, he's crashing the fuck out. Why does he almost sound like Trump? Are you people that dumb? Like, are you people that dumb? Adam's on a night shift, our essential worker. Yes, it might be 2:40 in the morning, but that's not stopping me. That's how long it has taken me to muster up the energy to have to go through Ethan's leaked Reddit. So first and foremost, yes, Ethan's secret Reddit account, his old account, from 2010 has leaked. Before we get into the things that we're going to read, I just want to clarify that Ethan confirmed that this was his account. He literally confirmed that this was his account. So the things that you're going to read, Ethan Klein has confessed that yes, it was his account. Ethan Klein tweeted, "My friends, I have a terrible confession to make. Yes, it is true. My 15-year-old Reddit account was identified by using a doxing website that lists a history of all emails and passwords that have been leaked in illegal data breaches. A post last night was made on the Snark subreddit by the person who obtained this information. With Reddit's help, this person..." Has Ethan Klein, yes or no, been saying for the last 6 months that he will ruin Reddit? He needs to know the identity of all the moderators and the H3 snark, and he won't stop until he identifies. Has he? Has he or has he not? Has he or has he not? And at a certain stage, I have to ask, are you people fucking dumb? Not you guys. But I'm like, to the H3 people, at a certain stage, are you just dumb as fuck? You watch a show in which he literally is preaching that he will get to the bottom of who these moderators are. But now whenever his disgusting Reddit leaks, he's like, with the help of Reddit and doxing websites. Ethan, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? Truly, what do you want to do? Because you suggest that you want things to happen to people, right? And then things happen to you in a similar accord, and it's like, whoa. But then you'll still go on your dumbass show and say the same shit. Continuing on. So it's because of Reddit's help, obviously, that this was leaked. First of all, not that he had the profile in the first place, not that he only deleted it once it was leaked. Anyways. With Reddit's help, this person was able to decimate this illegally and maliciously obtained information. He's talking about his Reddit posts. I'm going to be honest, this is the first time in covering something with Ethan that, like, it genuinely is making me angry. Like, it's genuinely making me fucking, like, really ramped up. So I'm taking my time with this. To a community whose sole purpose is to harass me, my family, and my employees. Ethan, you do this to people. You're literally doing this to people with the help of Reddit. Like, you're also doing this to the H3 snark. In doing so, some terrible revelations were made. Number 1. Yes, my account username, pedo_troll, was the name of his account. Like, that was actually the name of his account. pedo_troll. So from this point on, I will be referring to Ethan Klein as pedo_troll. Or actually, let's just call him pedo troll, because that was his username on social media. So Ethan's account was pedo troll. Made a few bizarre and edgy attempts at being funny. We'll dive into those in a second, okay? It was common on Reddit 15 years ago to create a thematically named troll account to post silly things from. The method was to have Redditors read something crazy, then check their username and realize it was a goof. You can see evidence of this on the posts made in character. These troll stories include anecdotes that clearly never happened, including a story that references my children who were born 10 years later. Further evidence of this is simply that I was self-promoting my YouTube channel while doing these parody posts. I knew I was personally identifiable the entire time, so how is it doxing then? You're saying that you knew that you were identifiable the entire time, so how is it now a big deal that it's leaked? And also, I do just want to clarify that pulling the 15 years ago card would maybe work if you were, I don't know, like 25 now or something like that. I saw online, I'm trying to remember what age Ethan Klein was 15 years ago. Someone, please. What was it? How old was Ethan Klein 15 years ago? He's 40, which means he was 25 when he made it. Oh, he was 27-ish. He was 27. Okay, between 25 to 27, okay? So, for reference, Ethan Klein holds me to a standard. I'm 5 years younger than now. than Ethan Klein was when he was posting what we're about to read, by the way, which shows how much of a fucking hypocrite he is. And how it's rules for thee, but not for him. Take a moment with that. With how much Ethan Klein harasses me. When he's doing this, and he's referencing 15 years ago, he's still 2, 3, 4, 5 years older than me right now. Like at the age that I am right now. I'm 22 right now. Just to make a point. Okay? I knew I was personally identifiable the entire time. I was trying to be funny, so people would look at my account and discover my YouTube channel. I was not ashamed of it then, and I'm not ashamed of it now. Please remember that line. He says, I actually cannot believe he says this, but he does. He says, I was not ashamed of it then, and I'm not ashamed of it now. I truly want you to remember that Ethan says what we're about to read, that he's not ashamed of it now, as a 40-year-old man. Why did he say that? Why the fuck did he say, I'm not ashamed of what I posted then, and I'm certainly not ashamed of it now? And by the way, if you don't understand why I'm making such a big deal about this, just wait until we get to the fucking posts. Embarrassed? ? Yes. On par with cringing at my old YouTube videos. So maybe a cringe moment at best. Number 2. Yes. There are a few, because there's also a number 2. Yes, there are a few posts of me being a Zionist Jewish supremacy, which includes me mostly arguing with someone calling Israel Nazi Germany. In totality, about 95% of posts were about StarCraft 2 or self-promoting my YouTube channel. Another sentence to remember, I have nothing to hide. And nothing to apologize for. So, he wasn't ashamed of it then, certainly not ashamed of it now. And he knows that he has nothing to hide and nothing to be apologizing for. And remember, folks, joking about pedophilia is not the same as having it on your computer. Can you imagine having to say that? So, what we're now about to go through is the posts on the account. Oh, actually, before we do that, just really want to bring up something interesting. Give me a moment. Find it. So, within the same 24 hours, these two things were on Ethan's Instagram story, okay? He had posted on his Instagram story, Destiny skipped 13 minutes, the most important part of my video, and is now doing a victory lap. Y'all are not serious. Sorry your mans is a sex criminal. By his own confession. Merely a couple hours later, my friends, I have a terrible confession to make. Yes, I am pedo troll. Right. What the hell, sure. So, now that we've gotten that out of the way, I mean, this is absolutely blowing up online, as you can imagine. Twitter users have found Ethan Klein's old Reddit profile named Pedo Troll from 2010. The account promoted H3H3 YouTube videos, posted about living in Israel and Israel supremacy, and made several comments as a pro-pedo account. Now, Ethan Klein, who says that he has nothing to hide, nothing to apologize for, and is really interesting considering last night, 2 nights ago, he deleted everything from the profile. There was not a post on this since 2013, okay? But the second that it leaked, or people find it, he scrubbed the entire account. He literally says that he has nothing to hide, but he scrubbed the entirety of his account, Pedo Troll. There we see. He removed everything. But, you know, people screenshot it. And the problem as well with Ethan, you know, deleting all of the posts is, yes, there's the Wayback Machine. Yes, there is screenshots, which we're going to get to. But he's now created a world in which it's hard for us to validate, is that even a word, what's real and what's not. So I guess we have to assume it all is, because he scrubbed it all. So, validate. Did I say validate? Girl, I need to go to bed. So, I saw this. Leftovers H3. Worst post from Ethan's old Reddit account, Pedo Troll. Trigger warning for pedophilia, poop eating, Zionism, and more. Of course. So, let's just try to make our way through this. I read a post that says, what socially inappropriate thing are you frequently tempted to do? Ethan's account responds, touch little boys. Okay. Next one. So his account writes, great post. Reminds me of the time I was in my friend's pool using the jet to masturbate. It was funny because my friends were doing this on the other side of the pool, and his little sister was just sitting there watching me. Kind of weird, but looking back, it makes me LOL. Thanks for the memory. Okay. Next. I think this is true, actually. If my neighbors think I'm a pedophile, why shouldn't I molest their children? It's not that I am a pedophile, but I think it's wrong to judge people. So, what's the difference? Another one. Let me just load up. Hold on. I actually can't even fucking fathom it. Like, it... Sure. Like, this is the man who has the audacity to... Anyways, moving along. Sorry, I'm gonna have to start looking at these before I thing. So, I read a post that says, what did you wish you knew at 25? What advice can you give to people in their mid-20s? The account responds, when you become an uncle, avoid the sexual tension that is inevitable between you and your nephew. It'll be very exciting and enticing, but in the end, the stress that will result from this relationship will not be worth it. It is always best to get involved with children outside of the family, with friends, coworkers, etc. Another one. Bro, you forgot an E as in I got E. coli from ingesting my own feces. Funny stuff, bro. Reminds me of the time I shit on the floor and rubbed it on my face. Another one. Okay. What's this one? It's tiny. Hold on. I haven't seen this one before. I think it's beautiful. They can have them this. I actually can't even put that one on the screen. I mean, another really interesting one. Great comic bud. It reminds me of the time I shit my pants at school and walked around all day in my own feces. LOL, great video. Reminds me of the time I accidentally pooped in the bathtub while I was bathing. Great job. I mean, what the hell? Sure. Um, This is the best way to do heavy squats. Hey, thanks for posting this. Reminds me of the time I was doing squats while my son was playing with Legos behind me. Well, I wasn't wearing any underwear, but I squirted shit all over his face. LOL. He was too young to remember now, but whenever I watch him on the toilet, I always LOL at that memory. Hmm. Um, this is so fucking gross. Like, we're not done yet, by the way. Um, This one is talking about Israel is discriminating against Palestinians living in the occupied territories by depriving them of water, electricity, and roads. This is posted on a Human Rights Watch Reddit. Um, Basically goes on to say, well, I don't know anyone who was a slave, but friends of my grandparents were able to compare their personal experience of the labor camps with Gaza. He quotes and he says, what? He allegedly says Palestinians are not treated as subhumans. Why don't you come to Israel instead of repeating talking points that honestly you seem to know nothing about? There are reasons for what the Israelis do that are more complex than what you may see as genocide or hate. Come to Israel, talk to an Israeli. You have no firsthand experience and no knowledge. Talking points. Come to Israel and talk to a Palestinian for that matter. Palestinians living in Israel are not shot or in the street. They are not harassed, abused, etc. They are integrated into society on almost every level. I live in Tel Aviv. I live in an Arab neighborhood. All of the shops in my neighborhood are owned by Palestinians. I work and live next to Arabs, Palestinians. I have Palestinian friends. There are laws that discriminate against them, yes, and I do not like that, and I want it to stop, but try and see the reason for why Israel does this. And it may be the start of understanding that can actually solve the problem. You do nothing but spit hatred and ignorance. Nothing you know or think can be used constructively to help the situation. Okay. So basically, he's been on this for a very long time. We go on. I mean, there's more. That child is elastic reminds me of when I stand in front of the mirror and twist my hips so my dick dances around in circles. Usually stops like he did too when it hit my 2-year-old in the face, LOL. He usually stands under me asking what I'm doing. I just tell him, Daddy is dancing, LOL. Great gif, really funny. I have a strange memory. When I was a kid, maybe about 8, I was walking around the house naked and our family dog started sniffing my dick. Well, I thought it would be funny to put peanut butter all over my dick and butthole and let him lick it off. It was pretty cool until he decided to bite my dick and my parents came running in and I was sitting there with my dick bleeding covered in peanut butter. Something about this little man being R-worded recalled this memory. I still have a giant scar. Yeah. So you're absolutely right. Ethan, in 2025, said that he is not ashamed of these posts then. I was not ashamed of it then. I'm not ashamed of it now. And he also goes on to say that he has nothing to hide and nothing to apologize for. Yet, he wiped this account merely 2 days ago. He's not ashamed of these posts that we are currently reading. is what he is doubling down on. 2 days ago. 2 days ago. He's doubling down on that. What? It has nothing to do with this particular situation. Bro, you're wrong, and I will shit in a box, fill it with packing peanuts, ship it to your house, and you will be like, oh, I got a package, what's inside? It will be my shit, and you will fucking touch it because of the packing peanuts. I will make you touch my shit. And look at this, he's literally getting downvoted. This weird obsession with, like, I mean, it's just so weird. Here we just have him writing more about Gaza. He said the average life expectancy of people born in Gaza is 73 years old. That doesn't sound like Nazi Germany to me. That fact alone speaks volumes. Am I correct in thinking this? If not, explain yourself. In response to the post about Israel is discriminating against Palestinians living in the occupied territories by depriving them of water, electricity, and roads, Ethan responds, well, actually, the typical life expectancy of someone living in Gaza is 73 years, so you're lying. I really don't know what this is. I mean, this is a post that says, my 14-year-old niece in her new bathing suit, not safe for work. And then a response that says, you know, I can see the thumbnail, right? I don't know what, I don't know what that is. Here we have that peanut butter dog story again with the post that it was in reference to. I like, my wife and I were laughing at your skit. Get to enjoy the taste of shit and go swing your dick wildly. I BM every day, and by BM I mean bowel movement, and by bowel movement I mean I masturbate with my feces. Here we have him doing more discourse about Palestinian people. I don't even care to read that. He responds to, allegedly, again, he's deleted everything, so it's hard to validate all of this, but he's fessed up to the account, and it's not disproving any individual posts, so we can only assume. And again, he's wiped everything. This post says, cheating in a relationship, how did you catch them, how did you get caught? He allegedly said, man, that sucks. As long as you can live in the relationship happily, then it's all good. My parents have a crazy history of cheating on each other when they were younger, but they worked it through, and they've been married for like 35 years now. But it's tough. When she says things to you like, I have a work crush on this guy, fuck that. That is not a reasonable thing to say to your significant other, and just shows some serious underlying immaturity, ironically. But honestly, I don't know. But fuck that shit, man. Fuck that shit. I mean, some of these posts seem to be very, like, serious posts on Reddit. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't all seem like trolling to me. Okay, here's just another one. I mean, okay. What the hell, sure. And then there's another thread with a bunch of other ones. I don't know. This has been like, yeah, I agree with you. Trolling or not, his post about not apologizing or being ashamed is horrific. That's the thing that just really stands out to me right now. You know what I mean? I've never seen someone be exposed for something they've done in their past and double down on it. And truth be told, the stuff that he's saying is like worse than things mainstream media was attacking Shane Dawson for. And what's even crazier is today I went back on H3 streams, and him and the crew have the audacity to be making videos exposing Shane or exposing Colleen or exposing James for old problematic content. And then Ethan's, who's arguably, if these are all real, and he's admitting it's his account at least, if these are all real, are probably the worst posts that have leaked from a content creator. And he's saying that he's not ashamed of it and that he's nothing to apologize for. Don't know. I do not know. And this just provides a little bit more context for me that when I covered the Destiny thing, fuck Destiny. Destiny's a creep. Does that take anything away from the fact that Ethan is trying to deflect everything that is being leaked about him onto Destiny? He absolutely is doing that. But don't worry, the average viewer, maybe not the... Oh my god, thank you so much for gifting. The average viewer, not the H3 ones, who clearly cannot... It literally is that fucking monkey meme of, like, clapping the drums or whatever like that. Like, they can't focus on multiple things at once. Luckily, the average fucking person can. That is literally, like... Destiny bad, yes. Ethan bad, yes. It's that easy. It's that fucking easy. I don't know. Like I said, and I really want to watch Hassan's reaction to this. I really want to, because I really want to hear what he's have to say. There's something really interesting to me. There's a lot of thoughts I have right off the bat, okay? And this is the first time that I've really sat down to, like, articulate them. Someone had mentioned it earlier in the chat. This standard, and I don't mean to play this card, but it's a very valid one. The standard in which female creators are held to compared to male creators is fucking appalling. And it's absolutely fucking insane that the H3 show have profited off of the downfall of women when Ethan has and is doing 10 times worse things than the woman that they try to expose. That really fucking bothers me. That really bothers me. And that's also a main point of contention why I have zero respect for the crew. Zero respect for the crew. Truthfully. When is it too far past the point? You know what I mean? Like, when have you done too much? Because I was thinking about this today, right? I was thinking, and I was like, wow. It's fascinating that Ethan Klein drills in that these social media platforms like Reddit and stuff like that treat him so bad and don't listen to him. Let me tell you something. There's something weird going on. That Ethan Klein has been exposed to the degree that he has with posts, old videos, even things he's currently doing with the harassment, and nothing has ever been said publicly from a YouTube rep about Ethan. Because if you think about it, YouTube have given statements, social medias have given statements on people for less. Colleen, James Charles, Shane Dawson, Jeffree Star, Tati Westbrook. So when Ethan is complaining about social medias are out to get him, I actually think they're protecting him. I think that's why he's been able to successfully be able to around all of this. I've not successfully seen another creator do that, and I'm not saying he's doing it successfully. Obviously, his views are tanking, but all I'm saying is his point of, you know, these social medias are out to get me. I actually think they're protecting you a little bit, Ethan. I'm seeing him on social media today, right? Instead of addressing these posts, because he's already confessed up that, they are his, I'm seeing him again on Taylor Lorenz's ass, right? And I'm like, regardless of, let's fucking take Taylor Lorenz out of this. You didn't say we do not know who Taylor Lorenz is. Why the fuck are you focusing on someone else right now? How dare you focus on someone else right now? You're doing a show today. They were live today, and it's about other people. Do the H3 fans not have fucking whiplash? Bye, Junkie. I just think moving forward, regardless of who Ethan tries to expose, what points he tries to make, whatever, that's pedo troll. That's pedo troll at the end of the day. I'm sorry, I'm not going to take pedo trolls seriously. That is pedo troll. I wonder what it's like to be a crew member on the H3 show. I truly do. What is it like seeing your boss get exposed every single day, and then you have to clock into work and be a part of a live stream where that same boss and you are exposing other people? That must be a really awkward environment. That must be a really awkward environment. And don't get me started on AB. Don't get me started on AB. Who officially unfollowed me last night. Can't believe he was still following me this entire time. I unfollowed that motherfucker fucking months ago. Bye-bye, AB. AB posting, don't have the time for this today, and all this bullshit. AB, when this all fucking crumbles, you're gonna be the one that people make fun of the most. And I hope you remember that. You have been an absolute pushover this entire thing, and you're fucking embarrassing, AB. You are truly embarrassing. Out of all of them, you're so fucking embarrassing. And I hope you know that reputation will stick with you for a long fucking time. You have got to ride this out with Ethan. You truly cannot leave him at this stage. And I had made a tweet last night. I was so angry last night because I was seeing all this for the first time. I made a tweet last night, and it was 100% in anger, and I was basically saying, like, I hope these employees know, the crew know that when this inevitably crashes, because it will. When you have a boss this unhinged, this disturbed, just wait. Just wait. And when it does, you guys have really ruined your opportunity for employment moving forward. Like, specifically within the entertainment industry. You know who was smart? Sam. You know who was smart? Sam. If the crew ever go and work for another person, the audience of that person will be like, "Ooh, that person stayed through this, and pedo troll." Like, this moment right now is the craziest moment to stay through. This is the moment that, like, people will be like, "Oh, and they stayed through pedo troll." I'm sure I will be able to, like, articulate thoughts better on this probably tomorrow. And I am going live in the heat of the moment because I want you to see that it's a normal reaction to reading stuff like this. And it's not just he, the way H3 try to pander to the girlies these days. And it's disgusting. How dare people be on Shane Dawson's ass? How dare they be on James Charles's ass? How dare they be on Colleen Ballinger's ass when all this exists? So, with that truly is kind of all I want to say on it right now. So we'll leave it here. But I do want to watch Hassan talking about this. Because it must be so frustrating for Hassan, who has been the target of their harassment and made out to be this horrible person. And Ethan will continuously reference old videos of Hassan where he's like, look how much he's faking it. Look how much he's misogynistic and all like this. And I'm like, you have the audacity. So I want to get to Hassan's reaction because I really need to know what he's saying about this. So we will leave Pedo Troll for right now, and then we're going to get into Hassan's reaction. So we'll leave it there for now.